So let's take psychology and apply it to how sigils work and how to work with them. We're going to be talking about the Ganzfeld effect. So to start off, let me just give you an example, right? So previously, because I think this video is going to go up after the other one, I did a video demonstrating my little method of the handy sigil magic slash movement magic with this sigil right here. So, sigils are a little, they don't really have much like visual connotation to them other than the energy and the intention that you put into them. They're not supposed to like look like anything or whatever. Of course, it's like Rorschach. You could say this looks like a whatever, but the idea is to not get into that kind of thinking, right? But anyway, when we work with a sigil, right, like the 50 Names of Marduk sigils or any of the other sigils, one way of activating the sigil is to just simply gaze at it while you have your focused intention, your focused phrase of intention, which I also have a video for. Phrasing your intention. You guys can look that video up. But so here's the idea, right? When you are gazing at that sigil and you are putting your energy and your intention into it, there's going to be a sensation of some kind when you know that the sigil is activated and when you've effectively powered it up, let's say. So how does that work and why does that work? So we're going to be applying some psychology to that question by looking at the Ganzfeld effect. So Ganzfeld, which German words are awesome, by the way. So the Ganzfeld means complete field. So what we're talking about is when you are gazing at a sigil, you effectively almost develop like tunnel vision. So this becomes your entire field of view. I wasn't exactly able to do that with the camera and whatnot because it's kind of hard to see that, but you guys get the idea. And so let me take a step back and kind of talk about the reverse side, which I might make a video for later. But all right, sensory deprivation, right? When you go into like a deprivation tank, or when you are in meditation and you are just focusing on your breathing with your eyes closed, or even if you're in a super dark room, you might start to think that you're hearing things or feeling things, or if you ever laid down at night and it's completely dark and you're trying to fall asleep and your ears start ringing. These can be examples of sensory deprivation. So what basically happens with that is your brain is constantly looking for things on the outside, right? Like when I'm looking around, I can see all the stuff in the room and everything, and I can hear like my little air filter thing going. I can hear myself talking and all that. That's sensory information. Your brain is constantly seeking that kind of stuff. So when you deprive it of that through sensory deprivation, your brain kind of panics a little bit and when it's trying to search for things. So what it'll actually do is it'll start to generate its own sensations to make up for that lack of noise, whether it's visual or audio or what have you. That's why you can kind of see things in the dark, that aren't really there or whatever. Or maybe they are. There's this I forgot what university it's at, but there's this room that absorbs all noise. So it's actually negative decibels, and people that sit in that room actually have an experience of hallucinations because their brain is trying to make up for that lack of noise. I'm getting a little too far off topic here. So let's apply that idea of sensory deprivation to Ganzfeld, which means, whole field or complete field, right? So if this is the only thing that I'm gazing at, I'm not giving my brain a variety of sensations. I'm not giving my vision, and preferably like if you have music or whatever, you kind of let that fall in the background. But I'm not looking around, nothing's moving and all this other stuff. So this is the only thing that I see. And with the Ganzfeld effect basically says that you are performing a type of sensory deprivation, which then can cause visual changes and possibly what they term hallucinations, but in magic we know better. Where a lot of books and such will tell you that when you gaze at a sigil, there's a point when you know that it's powered up or activated. That is because of the Ganzfeld effect. So when you are focusing 100% of your conscious mind on that sigil, your brain starts to play around a little bit, seeking more information, and because you're depriving it of it, you're almost like messing with the gatekeeper in your mind, and your subconscious starts to bring things up, which is why you might see it change colors and or maybe even move slightly, and that's when you know that the sigil is activated. Because what we're really trying to do here, when you have a sigil, is program that into your deep mind, into your subconscious, because that's like the gateway between what we have out here and the collective unconscious and the connection that we have with everything else around us. So when we take it from conscious, put it into our subconscious through just constantly gazing at it, and we activate it because of the Ganzfeld effect. That's how sigils get activated. So I thought that this was a pretty interesting topic in terms of psychology and whatnot, because you guys know that I love that. And, trying to apply psychology to really explain how magic works, because you can have these methods of this is how you activate a sigil. Well, a lot of times people are more comfortable and more open with doing things when they kind of understand how it works. So I kind of hope that I explained how that works. So let me know what you guys think, and your own experiences with sigils, and maybe even how you activate them and things like that. Let me know in the comments or on my Facebook group, or you can always email me too. Good hunting. Thanks for watching my video. So if you want to check out my playlists, I have, among others, the Simon Necronomicon, the Tree of Life, General Magic, Tulpamancy, a playlist on my books, the elements, stones, the theories that govern magic, and the gods and goddesses of Mesopotamia. If you want to check out my books on Amazon, I have Creating Consciousness, Magical Mechanics, Magical Theater, Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Movement, which is an update and expansion upon Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Mastery, which is a combination masterwork of Magical Theater and Magical Mechanics, and The Guide to the Spheres and Beyond. You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology. And good hunting.